Thank you, viewers. I hope you'll be fine and enjoying your life wherever you are. Today, I'm going to tell you that recently UK has refused a number of students who have provided bank statements from different banks. And today, I'm going to tell you what are the reasons, what you should do, and how you can avoid this situation. First and the most important thing is that you should be using a bank statement from an authentic bank, which is SBP regulated bank, Statement of Pakistan regulated bank, and you shouldn't be using any bank that doesn't have online banking system. It should be a proper commercial bank having branches. You can verify your amount online from whatever part of the world you want to do. So if you are not going to do this, it could be risky. Many people have asked us that if they are using the national saving certificates and other kind of postal kind of resources, which in some cases people are do keep their money in the post office. Would that be acceptable? Yes, that used to be acceptable, but the situation has changed a lot. Therefore, we will not suggest you to keep the money in any saving certificate or in any post office, any bank that is not online. So therefore, you should be very much careful and should keep the money in the bank that can be verified online and has everything online as well. So what happens? There are some banks that are not in SBB list and people are still using their bank statements. These can be very dangerous for them, and their visas can be refused, cancelled, or anything can happen to them. Therefore, you should use only the banks which are online. And I must suggest you that you shouldn't use any investment bank. You shouldn't use any saving certificate. You shouldn't use the statement issued by the Bank of Azad Jammu and Kashmir as well. And the reason for that is because if you go on SBP, the website, you will not find Bank of Azad Jammu and Kashmir in that list. Therefore, you should avoid that one. Otherwise, it could be problematic for you. Those students are getting the visas at the moment for that, but you don't know that when and what would happen with that. Another bank that has serious issue in terms of verification is Standard Chartered Bank. Many of our students have informed that their statement wasn't verified despite having the amount in that one. This is because the Standard Chartered Bank follows a different procedure for the verification, and they charge the third party. This is what we believe, we have learned, that they charge the third party for the verification, whereas whenever the UKVI or the Home Office verifies any documents, they do not pay any kind of fee, and in that case, Standard Chartered Bank usually do not respond to the inquiries, and that's why what happens according to the law, if your institution, if the issuing authority do not respond within 5 days, there are higher chances that the embassy would refuse your visa, stating that they are not satisfied, they didn't get the satisfactory verification. There are different kind of statements as well. Some people have asked that should they be using the running finance, the loan, or it should be the liquid cash. What I would suggest to you, as far as Pakistan is concerned, loan statements are not acceptable. So if you are using a bank statement where any kind of lease is approved, or you have taken that as a running finance, something like that, your visa can be refused. It could be misleading. You can have a 10-year ban. Therefore, you shouldn't be using any loan or any running finance. Your statement should be in your account for 28 days, and you should have liquid cash. You should have checked that before submitting the application. You should have a holder record that if there any problem occurs, you should have a solution. You could provide that to Home Office, and you can take the letter accordingly. Because what happens if you have genuine funds and your visa is refused and you go for the review as well, the review process is taking like 6 to 12 weeks. In that case, your intake will be missed, and if intake is missed, you will have to follow almost the whole process from start once again, which is obviously time taking and could be problematic for you as well. You would be missing your intake. The decision might not be overturned, or even if it is overturned, some universities or most of the universities, if you have any refusal or any immigration history like that, they will not issue you another CAS. And when you don't have CAS, obviously you can't get a visa in that case. So that is what you need to be very much careful. As far as statement requirement is concerned, this is very much important because you might have a refusal if you didn't meet the latest statement requirement. At the moment, you are required £9,207 for Outer London plus remaining fee of your first year. If you are applying for a 3-year course, 4-year course, that doesn't matter. You need a statement for the first year only, and in that case, you should be calculating the remaining fee of first year plus £92.07. And you should multiply it. Most of the people think that at what rate should they multiply, and what they do is they check it on Google or check it online and say, okay, this is the standard rate I'm going to calculate. You should go at www.oanda.com and write the currency conversion from GBP to PKR, and then you should check the maximum rate. Whatever maximum rate is, if you are not meeting the requirement as per maximum rate, your visa can be refused. What most of the people do, they check, okay, this is buying rate, which is our selling rate, which is the lowest one, then buying rate, which is a bit higher, and they might be using any one of these. This is what is not acceptable at all, and your visa can be refused if you have a shortage of 0.101 pound as well. So you do not need to take any kind of risk. Similarly, if we talk about Outer London, Inner London, you need a statement of £12,006 plus remaining fee of your first year, because if you know, Inner London is a bit expensive as compared to Outer London cities like Birmingham, Manchester. Therefore, slightly higher bank statement is required. You should also calculate this bank accordingly, and also follow on the website and just keep on checking the rate fluctuation. And what I personally suggest that you should have at least 500 to 700 pound extra, so that anywhere variations come or wherever, because you know that if you have the bank statement in Pakistani currency, it can be devalued at any time, and your visa can be refused if you haven't the sufficient funds, which are calculated in the pound at the end of the day. So most of the people ask that if they keep their bank statement in pound or in dollars, so that's also fine, and you should also use the same formula for that as well. Similarly, there are other reasons which can lead to your refusal. Like some students, they attach the siblings or any uncle and aunt bank statement, which is not acceptable. You have to give the proof of your relationship, and this is a kind of court document, and a lot of things are involved which could lead to risk your visa as well. What you need to do is, if your parents are sponsoring you, you can use their bank statement and by using their account. But what you need to do is to attach your birth certificate, affidavit of support, proof of identity, and their bank statement. In affidavit of support, it should be a consent that, okay, my son, my daughter is traveling and I'm going to sponsor. You can take the sample from us if you want to apply. Similarly, if you have any question, if you have any doubt, what you can do is you can reach us. We are available to help you anytime, and we would be more than happy to see you successful in your career and to progress ahead. You can reach us to our offices on WhatsApp, in email, inbox us here on Happy, and we'll respond to you immediately, and wish you all the best for your higher studies in the UK. Thank you.